Hi everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. I hope you all had a wonderful week. In this week's parsha, we got a double parsha again, Chukas and Balak. Chukas, of course, tells us many things. What we're going to talk about today again is the red heifer. The red heifer we've spoken about in the past, but it is the chukah of the Torah. It is the statute of the Torah. It is beyond human comprehension. We've spoken in the past why Hashem has given us this mitzvah even though we can't understand it, and the idea we shared was that even though you can't understand it, that's exactly how you display that you actually have a relationship with Hashem. If everything made sense to you, you'd be serving yourself. If you realize the good, the inherent good in everything, so you ultimately be serving yourself. But when you're able to do a mitzvah that you don't understand it at all, so you're basically saying you're tapping into a higher power, you're nullifying your own will for Hashem's will. You are tapped into the system. You are good. You are one with Hashem, and that's exactly what makes it a religion. That's exactly what shows how you have that unique relationship with Hashem. He is smarter than you, smarter than you'll ever be, and that's exactly the type of life to lead. Now, what's also interesting is the red heifer, by definition, was paradoxical in that while preparing it, whoever it was used upon, if somebody was impure, they would take this red heifer cow, they would burn it, use the ashes and sprinkle it together, mixing with other things, water and whatnot, and they would sprinkle it on to the person who was impure, and the sprinkling would make the person pure. However, the person that was doing the sprinkling, the Kohen that was doing the sprinkling, he would become impure. So let's first discuss these two things. First of all, what is the idea of the red heifer being the thing that causes impurity to the Kohen, and also why does it cause purity to the person that is getting sprinkled on? Why is it only after it is burnt? Now, of course, after it is burnt with a fire. What the cow actually stands for, the cow stands for materialistic things. In order for you to have a sense of purity, you first must burn down your materialistic animal side, burn it. Fire is always the symbol of ruchnius. It's always a symbol of spirituality. That's also why Friday night we light candles. Everything in this world has a physical, tangible thing, except for fire. Fire can never be diminished by no matter how much you try to take from it. You could light 1,000 wicks to it, it'll still remain that initial fire. You try to touch it, you don't feel anything. We've discussed this in the past as well. But in order for you to become close to Hashem, for you to become pure, you must finally grind down your animal instincts, your base instincts, your materialism, and turn them into spiritual, turn them into purity. And when you do that, so you are able to attain that level. So that's 11. Take this cow, burn it down. And once you burn it down, now you are ready to become pure yourself. On top of that, one other lesson I want to share is that when there's this paradoxical thing should kind of make us wonder, like, how does this make sense? Like we spoke before, but we have to understand it's a lesson for the many, many different ironies there are in life. And for example, why is it that bad people, good things happen to them, and why do good things happen to bad people, and all the other ironies in life? How come that person's sick and that person is not sick? Things don't seem to always make sense to us. So we have to know that the red heifer is not just that one-time thing that happens in the temple. There's red heifer moments that happen all throughout our lives and all throughout the world. It makes us wonder, what is this all about? And that's why it says, Zos Chukas HaTorah. This is the rule, the statute of Torah, not just the statute of this red heifer. This is the statute of life, that we're not necessarily going to understand everything. And these ironies, it's our way of, when we perform them and do the will of Hashem, we're basically saying, Hashem, you are in charge. No matter what happens, I know it's for you, for my best, it's for everyone's best. And it's a wonderful way to serve Hashem. Any questions, of course, 732-556-7576. But otherwise, hope you have a great Shabbos. Thank you for listening as always.